So hello everyone, I Sachin Kumar Maurya. Today we will discuss here about the stack data structure. So the stack is a very useful data structure which we use very often. So the this tutorial explain the stack data structure in details and its practical application. So the stack is one of the most important data structure which has many uses like several fundamental programming concept used as recursion, backtracking and the function calls and the many other uses of stack. So now we are going so here we can see the agenda of this tutorial, which has what is stack data structure, push operation, and pop operation in that stack data structure, and array and linked list representation of stack, and the application of stack data structure, and then and last is summary. So we are going to move the our next topic, which is called what is stack data structure. So the stack is a LIFO structure and physically it can be implemented as an array or as a linked list. So here is a LIFO means last in first out. So the stack implemented as an array inherit all the properties of an array and if implemented as an linked list also. And the an insertion in a stack is called pushing and deleting from the stack is called popping. So here we see the stack last in first out means here we can see the representation of stack. So the stack is a abstract data type which is bound means predefined capacity. It is a simple data structure that allow adding and removing of element in a particular order. Like here we can see the here we can create an empty stack and then we are push the number 5 and after we are adding means push number 6 we can the pop number 6 after this push pop 5 so our stack is empty. So there after this we can see the features of stack means so after implement implementation representation of stack to we are going to move the features of stack. So one features is stack is the stack is an order list of similar data type and the second features of stack data structure is stack is LIFO structure and here is the implement element which is placed last and is accessed first means where we can insert first element so we are inserted is last and the third operation is means third features of stack is push function. So push function is used to insert new element into the stack and pop is used to delete an element from the stack. Both insertion and deletions are allowed to only one end of stack called top. It means where we can insert or delete. It means allow it's only the top of the stack. And the fourth features of stack is said to be an to be in overflow state when it is completely full and it is said to be underflow statement if it is completely empty. So now we are going to next slide where is here we can see the we can use stack in our daily life. Here we are some example which describe the working of stack means we are using stacks of where when we are in kitchen we can see the plates one by one. So that is a example of stack of plates and there is also a packet of bread. The next slide is stack. So there are two ways to create a stack in programming means the first using an array and the second is using in linked list. So both are useful in specific situation and the insert operation in stack is called push and the delete operation is called pop. So now we are going to see here push operation in stack data structure. So push operation is used to insert a new element in the stack and the push operation inserts puts a new element at the top of the stack, and it is important to check overflow condition before push operation when using an array representation of stack. If we try to insert new element in full stack, a stack overflow condition occurs because array has limited size. It means that we cannot add more elements to the stack, and to avoid this situation we can use a linked list instead of the array. Because the linked list has dynamic size, we just need to add one more node with the data, and the push operation in stack structure take only log o1 constant time. The reason is that we only add one element on top of the stack. Now so here we are going to see implementation of push operation in stack data structure. So here we are creating a empty stack. So before we are inserting the element on empty stack, we are checking the condition, means it is the stack is overflow or underflow. If is it underflow, then we can insert the element. If is it overflow, then we cannot insert the any element of this stack. So here element is empty, here stack is empty, so we are inserting the element number 4. So here we are inserting the number 2. So and the next insert the element. Here the next element is 4. The, and the here next element we are pushing the 6, and the next element is 8, and the next element is 10. And then when we are inserting the 12 number, then it is overflow, stack is overflow. So it is so 12 number is not inserted in our stack because our stack is overflow. So so now we are going to see the pop operation in stack data structure. So pop operation in the stack data structure is the pop operation is to remove the element from the top of the stack, and the element delete and the element deleted is the recently inserted element in the stack. It means that we delete element from the top of the stack. And in pop operation we need to check stack underflow condition. So stack underflow condition occurs when the stack is already empty and we try to pop operation, because we cannot remove an element from the empty stack. So the pop operation also takes only log o1 constant time because we remove only one element from the top of the stack. So, so here we are going to see implementation of pop operation. It means we are deleting the top of the element in stack. So here we are initializing the full stack. It means we are deleting the top of the element in this stack. So we are here deleting the first element is 10, and the in after this 10 we are deleting the 8, and after the 8 we are deleting the 6 element, and after 6 we are deleting the 4 number, and after 4 we are deleting the 2 2 number. After deleting 2 number, our stack is empty, there are no element in our stack. So this stack is underflow. And now we are going to see here representation of stack. So basically representation of stack means there are two ways to implement stack. The first one is using array and the other one is using linked list. So here we are going to see the array representation of stack and linked list representation of stack. So now we are going to move the array representation of. So basic, so here we are going to see array representation of stack. So in array representation, this is a general representation of stack. Here we initialize an empty array of size n, in which we perform push and pop operation. And the array stack contains the element from starting index up to the top pointer, which represents the last element of the stack. And when the top pointer is equal to -1, it means the stack is empty. And when the top pointer is equal to n, it means the stack is full. It is be it can be very helpful to check overflow and underflow condition. So here we can see the stack representation using array. Here we are creating the first empty stack. And after this we are push the 2 number, and after push 4, and after push we are push 6. And here we are doing pop element. Pop means we are deleting the top of the element, which is 6. And after 6 we are deleting the top. We are having top top element is 4, so we are deleting the top element is 4. And after this we are going to move linked list representation of stack. So a linked list has some advantages and some disadvantages over an array, which make it more suitable for some specific task. And they have dynamic length. It means there is no limit on the number of elements we can add. And it is convenient to use a linked list in place of an array when the number of element is unknown. And here are some quick facts about stack using linked list, which will be very helpful to make a decision. And the push and pop operations in the linked list take log on constant time, because a pointer is at the end of the linked list, which manage insert and deletion. And we only need to check the underflow condition here in linked list. If top pointer refers to the null, then the stack is already empty. So here we can see the stack implementation using linked list. So here we are inserting the first element 5, and 5 is storing the our next address value, storing the and it is storing the address value in null. So so we are inserting the our next element is 7. So 5's null is storing the 7 address value. And then we are inserting the 9. So 7's null will store the ninth address value. And then we are doing pop operation. So in pop operation we are deleting the top of the element, which is 9. So we are deleting the 9 element here. And then after 9 we are deleting the 7. So there is a our linked list implementation. So after representation of stack, we are going to discuss applications of stack data structure. As we already see that insertion and deletion take constant time, which is performed efficient. So here are some common application of stack data structures. One is back button in browser. It means back buttons in the browser lets you back up the copies of pages which you visited previously. And the second one is undo mechanism. And undo mechanism means reversing these changes. And the next one is evaluate prefix and postfix, which is also this is also the past part of the R stack. So here we are going to end this topic. So we are going in this slide, we are going to summarize the things which we are discussed in this tutorial. So you know how important the stack is here to quick summary of all the above points which we discussed in this tutorial. So the stack is based on LIFO, means last in first out. The last element insert is popped out first, and we call insert operation as push and delete operation as pop in stack. And the we can implement stack using an array or a linked list. Or also we use array when you want fixed size stack, and linked list for dynamic size, and the properly check stack overflow and underflow condition to avoid bugs. This is very important point. So thanks for watching this video and listening patiently. That's it from my side.